thing is the person window on this hold after they got that 2-piece or killed that person gunner is going to drop to gun.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to watch, because there are times where if we get them in this spawn trap, 2 of them are going to try to fly out mid to the right side to take out mid drop, so they have a freer line of sight on the 2 people sitting in that spawn trap on P2.
Like this side or this side? Oh yeah, this side.
No. They're going to come through like bedroom building and push out gunner from the right side.
Oh shit.
Like on this map, when we played P2, shit, you just lost it all, huh?
I just lost everything.
The economic context has spurred growth for thousands of Canadian businesses.
Still have one here. Someone just died. This guy's got a gunfight. This guy's clearing this.
Right.
So these 2 would be pushing out through here.
They'll either try to 4 push out island, like a lighthouse, or they're gonna split it and they're gonna send 2 to here, and we're probably gonna get these first trades in front of P2 where that box heady is. They're gonna try to cross. You'll get a free pick once or twice, and then once that happens, they're gonna then try to chow mid, and they're gonna chow me out right side if I'm sitting on that gunner.
Yeah.
And if that fumbles, then hill gets collapsed on.
Yeah. So I mean, our SMGs need to stay around here and then have our ARs hanging out. This AR needs to play a little bit better.
Yeah. That AR needs to be somewhere watching mid as well. They could even honestly play P1.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They wanted to. So, like, say we broke it off P1, Bala, you just sit and stay on that line of sight right there.
So that you can look in the house.
Or
you can have this.
Or you could wrap back. You could wrap back into bedroom and play top bedroom and have peeks over a lighthouse door. And then you can also help out if I come mid through window.
Gotcha.
Honestly, ARs should never be on time on 2. Unless we're in reverse and we're on blue side.
Yeah.
Because peace and mind is priceless.
Yeah. And then from 3, like, someone's going to die over here eventually.
Yeah.
We can't just think that we're gods. We're good, but not gods. Someone's going to die. And then hopefully we have enough time where we can just start setting.
Well, on spawn up, honestly, what we should do is if that person dies, I push up off of mid drop cannon, go towards time to help. Bala drops off window, and because we're going to have a third AR, hopefully this is an AR off spawn. If it's not, then just go to time. But if they are an AR, they pick up where Bala was at top window. And that way we never lose mid drop control.
And 2, just watch this out here, because I can just sit close corner and just wait for a.
Because a lot of the times we play control, the reason we lose this map is we just don't have control over the fucking map.
Yeah.
All right, now that y'all brainstormed about P1 a little bit, somebody put those blue dots back to where I had them. Told y'all to put them real quick. I want to explain like my thought process on how to break P1 the best.
Gotcha.
Okay. So say all 4 of you just died off of P1 hill. Put number 1 blue arrow up to mid camp.
You want him on this side or you want him here?
No, I want him around the back of the mid camp because he's not going to push up any further than he needs to. Because the P1 50-yard line is, if you look at the bottom left of P1 where the green line is, it's in a diagonal cross to that right above number 2. That's the 50-yard line of that spawns. Okay, so at this situation, you know that one's top, you know one's on time, and you know for sure one's either going to be there at that cannon or the one at the back box head. So at this point, we've already lost almost say 20 seconds on that time. At this point, we need to play for P2. I suggest what we said about with Insane. Send Insane either through bottom to either help support P2 or to get the guy up top. We send one guy top building, right? We send one guy top building, and then we send two green, and Insane's going to be that second green. So there's going to be two people going green, like yeah, over there, and then the third person is going to be playing the bottom underneath of the guy that's on where number the P3 is for the guy that's on top. He's going to be coming out those blue double doors to slam mid cannon. And while number 4 is looking over him, number 4's main concern is to pick up the guy on the other side of the top building. Allows the number one red arrow to be free and then loose to fight for mid cannon. And while all that's going on with you two up there, number 3 and number 2 red arrows should already be in P2. Killed that guy, and we should have the spawn flips. As soon as those spawn flips come into play, number 1 and 4 play for the rest of P1, splitting get the main AR back to that top building.
If they cross, let's say 2 beams this guy off that, then 3 me or whoever SMG is here already, and then 2 follows up quick, then this guy is going to be spawning back here. And then this guy dies. This guy, if 4 rips quick, he's gonna spawn here though. We're gonna see split spawns. We know that. We see that all the fucking time during scrims. It really just depends on the timing of when 2 and 3 cross the point. Whether the guy that gets beamed up here either spawns here or here. We'll say in the perfect world we'll spawn back here. Then one's got 1 here. Then hopefully 4 and 1 can just converge on the last guy on hill. Shit. And then this guy would have to jump out windows and try and get cannon before these guys came out of spawn and ran up on his back.
If we have that spawn, P2 hold from that side looks exactly like blue setup for P1 does, pretty much, minus the person in point. Put 4 back to the box heady. They can even play the gun, but either one just depends on how much map control we have at the time. 1 goes up to window, or whatever AR goes up to window, and then
this SMG, this other SMG from this should probably go underneath and just watch the cross through green. Because if these guys can hold mid and this guy can watch our green, the only way we get beat here is if they get fucking lucky spawns back here.
Yeah, that first plan, like what we were talking about the first time, kind of plays out better because we're already playing for P3 and P4 basically, with the way Zerg's had it set up before, where we didn't push up
spawn
too far.
trap them.
Yeah, we could spawn trap them, and it grants us P3 early. It grants us 20 seconds of P3 guaranteed.
the only issue with that is we have to get there. We have to get that spawn trap set, or we're going to lose 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, because
basically what we're doing with that play is chalking P1 and going for P2. So if we don't get P2, we're going to be burnt down on time. That plan that I put in place has to be perfect if it's going to work. And if it doesn't, it chalks it for at least a rotation. Like, that has to be everyone knows what the fuck they're doing from the moment we spawn up. That can't be something that you decide as we're like already all up and moving towards where we're going.
Yeah, and Devon's is what happens if we all 4 go down.
Yeah.
Or even 3 or 2. So
The-
Xerx's plan is like fucking off rip.
That's like a play call on second rotation so we don't fucking show the same play we had just made. And they know how to break it already. But, like, it's easier to hold P2 from where red's at right now. Like, P2 hold is easier from P2 spawns if they don't get you in a spawn trap.
Yeah. Because anyone that dies is literally spawning right here.
Now for P2, that's right there, number 3, the red arrow, or number 4. That should be the SG has all the top mid. Number he does not have that spot. He looks
Whoa.
You're turning into a
I
robot.
was gonna
Mid.
say you're lagging your ass off.
I thought it was just me. My
That's
fault.
because I'm inside my job. Hold on. What about now? Is this better?
You're straight.
Yeah, way better.
Okay. So right there where number 3 is, the red arrow. That should be insane. Either 3 or 4. That should be insane. That should be the fastest, our main slayer, the fastest player we have on our team. That should be insane. Okay. Number 2 should be one of the ARs. Now, number 2 should not be looking over the outer green unless number 3 is either dead or absolutely needs to just support. Number 2 should actually be playing over there in the corner of P2. Yeah, right there. That's where he should be playing. And then also the number one red arrow, move him a little bit more to the right to that far window that's going to be on top of that building. He's going to be looking over Insane to give Insane information if anybody's coming through mid. He's going to tag up those guys that are coming through mid so Insane can pick up the rest of that mid kill. Number 4, that should be another AR or a flex that is simply just supporting time by and mid cannon. There should only be one person around P2 because if you do that, nobody can come towards you, and the only other way that they can get there is if they go through bottom and kill the guy on our top building. They have in order for them, unless y'all just lose y'all's long fight gunnies because somebody overchowed. The only way that they're going to get to P2 in this situation is they send somebody through the zip line to kill the guy at the top window.
Yeah, and that's like that's the reason I had me down. Like this is supposed to be underground. I don't know how to label that. I could write it.
No, you should not be underground. You should not
No?
be no, on P2. Nobody should be underground. Nobody should
I
be
was just
underground.
thinking to help green, and then once
You'll provide more support at the top of mid, right there by that mid cannon, than you would be underground. Because say that they send all blue guys through mid,
yeah.
right? And you're just sitting there looking and you're underground. You're looking green. Your only way you can support is if the hill is already broken and you're the only one left. And you're going up the steps to try to single a 1v2, 1v3, one of those scenario gunfights. So you sit in top mid and you still can do both by looking mid and looking green from that area. You're setting, you're in a better spot to be playing fast and to be giving out the most information. Number 2, the red arrow is relying on all 3 of you to do y'all's jobs, so he knows which direction he needs to be looking from that box that's on P2.
Yeah.
But because I'm telling you, most people they only send 2 down green. And then Zane, if you're distracting them from top mid and you have support off of our top building, helping you say, hey, you got two people pushing mid cannon, you could stop firing at them because they got about 5 more seconds before they even reach those steps 2. You can call that out to 2. 2 can then turn himself around on that box and without exposing himself to the far right, turn around on himself on that box over there and be prepared for that gunfight on a heady. While number 4, while you're making that call, 4 can also support number 2 when they're sending 2 that way or they're sending 2 towards you. But at all times, but number 4 is you're and saying you're the free flyer. 4 is the support. He's the guy that's going to pick up your trade, and he's the guy that's going to pick up the trade on P2.
Yeah.
But the only time I've seen anybody send more than more than 2 down green are people that don't really know the game yet. All the people that are doing what we're doing right now, sitting here and studying it, are going to do the same exact thing that we're doing right here, analyzing and breaking the best way things possible down. So in the best way possible for the Insane to have the most impact here, it'll be top mid, right where number 3 is at, and then number 4 playing around there from P2 to mid cannon, and then number 1, the main AR, looking over everything on top mid.
Yeah, we have a really bad issue with sending 2 to time and 2 sitting in time. That's why we get broke a lot on this hill.
Yeah. I've been sitting in time a lot.
Because the issue with this hill is 2 people on this hill. Like, you're kind of useless. I mean, you can catch each other's trades, but like once they get to hill, I mean, it's a wide open fucking hill. Like once they get there, it's kind of cooked.
And once, so if I'm helping here and then come up here, as soon as I break this, they're probably going to spawn here. So this guy needs to stay this heady for the stairs and this back.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like basically, you're the green light mid cannon or mid gunner, and Zerx is gonna be looking over you. So Sal would be our fast AR that would be playing looking over me on the outskirts and also playing off you on mid gunner in case you go down and to bump you or deal.
Like it.
Because P1, you're mixed here. So if I'm gonna play the bottom and go for the flip on us and go for P2 right away and watch your cross, after that, instead of you rowing all the way left side or going anywhere else, you just have to go from P1 to mid gunner. And if we flip, then you know where to look. Like that's comms that Zerx can give out. Looking over, you know what I mean? Like say we're in P3 window, if Zerx is there, then he knows that they're spawning out. You kind of have the green light to go play their cut off there to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
All right. On to P3 hold.
P3.
Yeah, so I mean, once we hopefully get these trades or die, or I'll probably get a couple. Maybe, I mean, I might just get fucking put down after one. Yeah, so send 2 back here. Yesterday I was
imagining.
not shooting, bro. Anyways,
Bro's like, what am I frying or not?
and then this guy eventually will have to get up here, probably get killed.
Why don't
So
we
then
talk
you
about?
guys
Why don't we talk about like breaking the hill? 'Cause I feel
breaking
like-
too?
Yeah, 'cause I feel like sometimes like, yeah, we focus on rotations a lot, but if we don't get it, we're always like stumbling like after the first push.
And
We're
what
gonna
we've
break.
seen
Yeah.
what we've seen when we get fucked up on P2 is literally they had like 2 guys sitting cannon.
For the rotation.
And then oh no, not oh shit. Wait, we were spawning back here. What the fuck? Alright. I'm talking about yesterday. Wait. Who was in with us yesterday? We're playing that good team, and as soon as we died trying to get to this hill, we just kept spawning here. So these guys never pushed. They had the one guy on hill. They had one guy sitting up top. these guys were just playing around each other. And I think this guy bumped up here. Because I remember we got this guy off point. As soon as
we start walking out the door,
as soon as I got that guy off point, I came here, 2 got me. And we just kept flooding this way.
Yeah.
So we got to think about a better way. Like, I mean, obviously SMGs, we're going to have to hit this.
I'm sorry, this is your first entry push for P3? Is that what you're looking at?
Yes. This is what we saw yesterday for... No, P2. Or are we talking about breaking P3?
You
Sorry.
want to break P2 here?
No, I thought we were talking about break P3. I thought
Oh,
that's
my
what we were
bad.
talking about. Yeah. No, P2 is good because we're gonna.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on, go back to that.
Okay.
Real quick.
Talk
Just for
about
2
P2
seconds.
break.
Because this is when they have us in a spawn trap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this
Right.
this is my
Sure.
worry here. What were we saying?
You realize like how y'all acknowledge that this is the way y'all you mostly get broken, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you put everybody that I originally said to be, you see like where the counter for that comes into play, with one person mid can and one person on time and stuff like that. Now this is a more sophisticated way of breaking the point for the other team that's attacking. The difference when they break it like that, it just means you lost your ones. Because in no sense should if they're pushing together, I understand that. But a lot of the times, for what y'all were saying, y'all were just losing gunfights that y'all shouldn't have been losing because y'all were in the correct spots. Y'all were close to the correct spots, but Sal, I'm gonna use you as an example. Sometimes y'all let y'all's like Sal does. Sal will go off of cover and go from holding his angle to trying to ego his ass off when you don't need to be doing that. If you're on cover and you got the lane and you got that lane locked down, there should be no reason. The only way you die is if 2 of them challenge you at the same time off of a heady, and you still got one off of them. So you're still slowing down the push. But go ahead, Zerx.
So here, if say we do lose our ones, we get put in this scenario.
Yeah.
I don't think we should slam Island. Right? They have. No.
All right.
I think off here we go off break. Right? We've got one sitting top window. We've got one sitting gunner. We've got one sitting, where you have that one. Okay.
Yeah.
We send one our top window. We send one our bottom.
Spiral.
Like the bottom.
Yeah.
Or underneath.
No,
Or,
not
like,
underneath. Like in the bottom bedroom right there. Like
the
go
bottom
into the
bedroom.
house. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one top is going to try to pick off window. Bottom can help pick off window. If we can do that, that should free up our third AR to then come slide up to box right here. Like, yeah. Okay. We pick off Kid Gunny. That should leave the kid in point and one here. And from there, we collapse on them because they're going to spawn back P3. We can collapse on them time. If we keep funneling Lighthouse, number 1, who's sitting on Gunny, has sight over P2. The one top window has sight over P2. We're just going to get funneled and just keep getting killed. Because we're giving 0 map control when we just keep pushing Lighthouse. And that's why every time we push Lighthouse, we can never break P2. I say we leave one sub waiting for the pinch on 2, but the rest of us should be focusing, getting mid-drop control, and then taking out point, and then from there, we can push up on the map so we can start focusing on rotates for P3. If we get put in that scenario.
But that's if they don't push up from P2 and then flip us out though.
Right.
A good team would probably they would flip us out, but they wouldn't flip us.
We were playing good teams.
Yeah.
We were playing good teams yesterday, and this is how they sat, right? Like they had the guy here, they had the guy gunner, and this guy gunner was not peeking.
Yeah.
He could only see when this guy broke for point.
Yeah.
Right, and then it forced us to funnel here, and
Yeah.
then these guys they just fucking had us in a blender. And then 2 would wait for the lighthouse slide out if this guy died,
Mm-hmm.
and then the lighthouse would slide out, he'd kill, and then as soon as he killed, he'd jump point and start fucking just playing around in here.
Yeah.
From what I noticed, good teams don't want P2 spawns.
Yeah, they want to keep that P3.
They
right?
want to keep P3
Yeah.
spawns because you can hold the map better from P3 side,
So that's what.
and you can put them in
Yeah.
a spawn.
That's what I'm
So-
saying. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
The way to flip them is to push them out top and
Yeah.
regain that map control. We kill the P2, we leave whatever person is that pushed and pinched in P2.
Yeah.
The rest take the rest of the map and start playing for P3. And if we can flip them out P2,
Mm-hmm.
that sets us up good if we can time it right
Mm.
for P3.
It's like you can keep those guys back there for our team. Can you put them back to what setup we wanted to hold if we were putting the spawn trap? That setup again for the one. Yeah, two.
So this guy
one
was in
top,
bottom.
one
This guy was
down.
up top.
Yeah.
This guy was here.
For here, right? When they were, because for even their side, one was up top, one was in the middle, and then one was close point. Here, why can't we have number 3 instead of he watching or helping mid? Why can't he push through P1 side and then push up through, and then he can get that one pick down together using the help of number 2 from top window, and then he can push through for P3 off that break. Would that not work, or would that be too much out of the play?
The reason I say we can do it,
Yeah.
but the issue is if P2 loses that gunfight to top window,
Mm.
this person pushing P1 has a shittier line of sight from there than they do from bottom bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Because bottom bedroom, this person on gunner is going to be looking where we're playing at the box, right?
Yeah.
So he's not going to be looking top window. He's not going to be looking bottom bedroom.
Mm.
If we can take Kid out top, he's going to then turn, and then we can both team shot him,
Mhm.
and this person on box can then focus him as well.
Okay.
That way, you see,
He would creep
can-
over.
he would creep over, and then we have team shots. I'm not
Gotcha.
saying after we kill top window, the person bottom bedroom doesn't push out P1 side
Mm.
and get that angle on him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that guy window, if that guy window is looking at either opposite window or down that line,
Yeah.
they may fry the kid top window, and then that person pushing P1 kind
P1.
of gets stuck in an island.
Gotcha. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So
They're
it
stuck
it
out
all
here.
depends if we kill that guy top window. If we kill him, then we have opportunities to push through P1 side. If not, we have to double chow and kill him from bottom
Yes.
bedroom. Okay.
Because if you just immediately push out here,
Yeah.
and this guy is still looking over here and still focused on the drop, as
Yeah.
soon as you start shooting at 3, he just
Window's
lays
gonna-
down, and you no
yeah.
longer have sight, and then window just peaks.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's
And then
my
you're fucked
honest
here.
take on a break from P2.
Yeah.
Because P2 spawns are kind of shitty for P2,
Yeah.
even though they're closer.
Yeah.
Unless you have the control.
We want to work on P3 hold first and then break.
3 hold, hopefully we have the spawns. Or, yeah. Act like we have the spawns. Someone needs to be top window, obviously.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
Top window needs to be watching zipline, or should we have someone watch zipline for them? How's the player? Or do you want like someone deep back, like try to anchor?
This
basically?
guy top window needs to sit on the farthest window so that it's a quick.
Switch to the.
Everybody-
Everybody pull up game plan. There's already a game plan there from Devin
Right.
for where people need to sit. And then we can discuss from there.
There we go.
What is it called?
It's game plans in the DP
Yeah.
esports area.
Which one is it? Is it?
Protocol
Keyword
P3
strat.
strat.
Oh, P3. Got it. Dang. Dev.
So we have a
You should be sending
Work,
to
brother.
outer green one.
guy here. Guy's in building.
Oh man.
Okay, so let me explain the setup for P3. Okay. The guy that's on the top of the building, he's strictly playing for the mid cannon. If he gets shot from P1 side, at that point he has to play his life and then go help and support the guy on time. I don't want you rechalling mid. If you are getting shot from P1, I want you at that point. You've already been distracted, and the other team's going to be pushing as fast as they can, possibly through front double or wrapping. So at that point, you need to go to the steps and help fight for that time. And then the guy that's in the back right there, number two, yeah, his only job is to straight up watch that back alley on the right side, and or when if and then also bump off three when three if three dies from this scenario. That's the only time number two should be moving is when either three dies or somebody's hitting that back right. The number one red arrow is strictly watching the zip line for the guy up top. And then it's the same case. If number two dies in the back, you right there watching zip line, you'll be able to pick up that trade right there. Yeah. You'll be able to pick up that trade from that call out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Zerx, do you have any disagreement with my setup right there?
No, I don't. We have a lot of the top guy definitely needs to play their life more when we're here because top guy normally gets shit on.
Yes, that's why as
overchallenged.
soon as that guy gets shot from a direction that he knows that he can't win the fight, that guy needs to start playing his life and helping the number three arrow win that time when they hit it.
Okay.
Because honest to God, the best place to hold P3 from is that top side. Like if you have top control of P3,
Yeah.
you have a line of sight on damn near the whole P3.
And there's
And if you
fucking no
don't-
aim assist.
And you can help the fuck out of everybody there
Mm-hmm.
on time when you don't have that intel. You can still see people to gain intel.
Wait, so is number
Trying
two
to-
just sitting there, or what's happening with
Well, who?
number two on our team?
Oh no, sorry, he got killed. It was just reenacting shit. So
Oh, okay.
this is how it usually breaks. This number one guy will either hit zip or they'll go three mid. We saw three mid a couple times, but we also saw someone zip.
So one from our team is looking at zipline. That's it. Zipline
Yes.
and the cross from where number three is.
Yeah, because he doesn't like whoever this is doesn't need to be out here
Yeah.
to watch zip.
Yeah.
This you get an angle and you
Right,
should be able to
right.
kill.
Right.
Right, and then two's watching this back alley for this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then through the middle. I mean, four needs to be shooting, and if he gets fucked up, then he needs to back down to this staircase because this staircase is your AR's fucking best friend. It is so hard to shoot someone on the staircase.
And then the only thing that number three should be doing, the guy on time, is watching Spiral.
Yeah,
Unless
exactly why I put
unless,
him right here.
unless they flood through
Front door.
unless they flood through mid, which the guy number four would be able to relay that message. Hey, they're fixing a slam, and then one's probably gonna hit the back alley, and then that's when number two can start preparing for the guy on the right side, and then number four can back down to help you fight for the rest of that time. Now, granted, P3 is a scrappy hill, but it can still be a money hill if done properly. And by all my things, like this was the one hill besides P4. P4 is a little bit more of a money hill, but this was the one hill I was like, if we can do this setup properly, we'll probably be one of the only teams that can honestly get a full 60 off of it.
Yeah, no, this setup is nice.
Yeah.
The only thing that fucks it up is if like
number four
AR up here gets fucking killed
Yeah.
because they will be breaking the halfway point as soon as four dies. He spawns out.
Well, I'll tell you, if the guy up top dies, it's because one, he either overchowed, or two, they sent more than one person to chow him. In most cases, it's going to be two people chowing him with third person flying. So with that information, two can stay where he's at. Number one then can leave zipline, haul in to help number three back up the time while number 4 is respawning. Well, as soon as number 4 respawns in the back, that's when number 2 pushes up and takes number 4 spot, or number 1 takes number 4 spot, whatever. Now,
You feel,
personally, I
yeah.
would prefer number 1 to take the top spot by hitting zip line and then going in and supporting the time versus just going through the back steps. The only person that should honestly hit back steps is the number 2 arrow after he kills the guy on the back right side.
Yeah. Honestly, the main two things that need to be covered here is just zipline and deepak. Those two ways, if you get flanked, the whole setup's fucked. Even front, we'll have it covered from the top, or even front side. If they push in, we have the full cover from inside. The good person sitting on steps. Literally, the only two is just zipline and the flank. Those two are just
Well, that's
important
because
things.
the best break on this hill is 2 mid, 1
Yeah.
left, 1 zip.
Yeah.
Like the exact way you have blue right now is the best way to push this hill.
Yeah.
Or you send 1 under to hit spiral, and then you have 1 hit zip,
Yeah.
and then you have 2 hit mid, and just full tank it on one side. Because that zip, if zip wins their gunfight and takes top, P3 crumbles.
Yeah.
And we've watched that time and time again with our protocol and trying to
Yeah.
hold P3.
Yeah.
And then I will also say the first person that should be off of this time is the guy on time.
Yeah.
He should be going down spiral at the moment somebody calls it out to fight for P4. And then, like, say we get the full 60 and nobody dies. We all held our angles and whatever. They couldn't penetrate it, right? And so the guy that's up top will then go to their building. He will go to their building by taking his time and going down elevator, while number 3 and 2 will bump 3 off for the scrap time while 3's already fighting for 4, and then more than likely will send 4 down spiral with him, or have 4 go straight down to green to fight boat area. Because at this point, now we want to fight for P2 spawns again, even though we're fighting for P4. So in this case, I would want 4 to actually go control P2 to watch all green. Like you're going to go through green no matter what, and if there's more than one person attacking 3 on time, support him. But the moment y'all clear that out, you should be hauling ass that P2 area and looking down green. That should be your only job, is looking down green. And then now that guy's already down at the bottom of the elevator, number 2, as soon as he comes off, that should be the second fastest player, and he's going to be on time with 3, and you're each going to be looking, and you're just going to each be playing off of each other on that time, double challenging anybody that comes spiral. One's only job is to watch the elevator flank, and then maybe pick up a trade if necessary for one of the 2 guys on time. And number 4's red job is literally to just watch green, all green, boat area, whatever you want to call it. Because as soon as you're there at P2, all those guys that are blue are going to be spawning way back over there by P3, and they're going to spawn more on the green side than anywhere else. That's where they're going to be spawning. Right where you have him right there, that's where they'll spawn.
This guy number 1, whoever our AR that gets into their building, expect some chow to try and get to that elevator. And then these 2 guys are gonna push through mid. That's the only thing that I could see fucking up 4 here, is that if these guys push through mid and somehow, some way go here and see him. So he just needs to hug 4, needs to hug corner and try not to get shot in the ass here, because these guys are gonna drop.
Remember what I just said though. Before 4 even gets to P2, he's going to be supporting the first guy. He's going to be supporting the first fight of P4.
Yeah.
So y'all, like you and number 3, who was the original time holder for P3, are going to be basically double challenging from 2 different spots. One's going to be challenging from boat area. One's going to be challenging from spiral. Y'all will be the first contact to P4. The moment y'all have that cleared, that's when one of you 2, mainly, hopefully the one with the AR, hauls ass to P2 as fast as possible, because number one, like I said, I want number one to take his time to get to elevator. I want the other guys to think that their only route is to go down elevator and fly, because at that point, he can come in with the pinch, and while 4 and 3 are already fighting for it. Number one, after you two said we got contact down here, that's when he can then fly to elevator, and then take it, then help that pinch. And then of course number two is going to come in super late because he just finished up the scrap.
Yeah.
I do want to say, and I saw this yesterday when we played, this one's playing under here, right? On red for P4?
Yes, he's going to be on elevator.
Okay. So
But like I said, he's
two,
going to be the one that takes his time.
right. But these two are still in time here, right? Or is this one playing?
Yeah, so this guy's leaking from P3 in the tunnel.
In the tunnel. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. I really want this to be an AR and sub duo in P4 because I've watched it time and time again yesterday when we were playing. The AR can take this back, hop onto the top server there, like that little server, and look out across into anything dropping, and so can one from that heady. So if we have that one person elevator, they're catching all of the people dropping down, and these two can primarily focus on anyone coming mid drop, even if person watching green gets killed.
You got
like
these guys
that.
watching mid. Yeah.
And these people dropping elevator, even if this one dies, we have the reaction time to turn and look that way because they don't have a line of sight on either of the people in time from drop on elevator.
And if this guy's on the top of the back, he'll have them. They're not going to expect him to be up here. Like when they're running through this hallway, they're going to expect him to be close left. He's going to be standing up top, right?
Another thing to take into effect though, as soon as number one drops down elevator and that 1 and 3 blue are dead, they're going to be spawning P3 where number 4 is. So like say the three of you took that hill, and then where's the fourth arrow? The fourth red arrow.
Is it right?
He needs to be P2.
Yeah. From spawn.
Yes.
Because from this point, this 2 is going to get killed as well. Because this guy will be clearing their side, bottom elevator. We just wiped the 2 guys pushing through elevator. The guy that dropped got killed. So he needs to be P2 watching green. And then whoever's our slow AR that pinched can literally just lay down and watch the underneath from spiral.
And then that's where number 2 will come in to help pick up the trade there.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, as soon as they come down spiral, they're going to be just 2 of them will be going down green, 100%. 2 of them will attempt to hit green. And then one's either going to go top mid to try to kill P2 off of that call out. So you can almost indefinitely eliminate P2 because if they might, a good team will send one mid, but also at the same time eliminate one of their blues off of green. So take one of them back to spawn. Right. So at the 2 hitting spiral, or the one hitting spiral, the one that they actually sent the hit spiral is going to get distracted by the guy that's sitting on the control panels. So that's why the AR that's laying elevator has the right away to tag him up. Number 2, clean him up, and then number 3 should be looking directly in front of him. Yeah, you're going to get tagged up, but do not move away from looking ahead of you. It doesn't matter how much you get lit up. The only time number 3 should not be looking straight forward is when number 1 or number 2 says help.
Yeah, because then these guys are going to drop. I mean, 3's already on green, so they're going to be flooding through the front.
I And I want y'all to all remember this. This is all situational. You're not always going to get a perfect setup, but try to get there. And if you're not comfortable in the position you normally would go to in that rotation, still fill it and do your best. I mean, like, don't just keep flooding the same fucking place every single time off your spawn. Like, adapt to what they're playing.
And then the only thing is, I'm assuming I would be 3 here, just watching the quick push in. The only thing that fucks me up as the SMG is if one of these guys slides out to this box, because then
And that's where that
Now-
AR sitting on that box would be able to help you.
Now I would also argue put one P2. Put a red guy or a blue guy, doesn't matter. Okay, so put him P2. Put the red guy there, so because the 2 are time are already there. Okay, he can be watching all of green. Now take number 1 from elevator and have him sit either top building or P1.
I would go back up.
Yes, because then he can call out of anybody coming through top mid to chow P2. And then if anybody comes underneath him, he'll hear them go down the elevator, and then he can warn number 2 and 3. And so that's a better way of playing that position now that I think about it, because now you have 3 different levels secured. You have bottom level secured, you have the outer right, and you have the top mid. You have so much map control right there that is actually kind of ridiculous now that I think about it.
My biggest thing on this point, I don't want this. I want 2 people in hill here, but I don't want 2 useless people in hill. I want y'all looking out or looking at a door, depending on if they're dropping.
Yeah, we can't just tuck away in a corner.
Because we've been tucking away when we take P4, and that's why we get broke so fucking easy. That's just my point. All right.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to this point quick, and the only time that I'm getting ripped off this point is if this guy slides out. But that's because we don't have someone here. What I have been seeing it for us is we've been trying to get 3, or we'll have like 3 in hill. So yeah, we just got to be aware. Like if we've got 2 in hill, whoever's coming out of spawn needs to fucking set up like this, because this can help me for this AR, and then I can still pick up the close.
Correct. And this is why I say communication and comprehending is so important. Like, yeah, passion and vibes are also important. But I feel like the moment y'all realize that communicating and comprehending and, like saying, all right, okay, say like we broke we went from P3, we had a good hold at P3 and we broke P4 at the very beginning perfectly, right? And now you know that they're spawning out green. This is where the communication is very important, because somebody needs to be saying, all right, I'm going P2. I'm going here. I got this lane. Don't even look at this lane. You know what I'm saying? That's where the communication and comprehending really comes in, because you only have about, I'm gonna say, less than 5 seconds to get somebody P2 before they either flood green or start flooding mid.
Yeah.
We also have a really bad fucking issue, and this comes down to comprehension, where we die on hill, and then someone else from our team fills it, and then no one recognizes it, and then they try to go back to hill.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like,
Yeah, if you die in hill, stay out of hill. Like someone else filled it.
We as a team need to recognize that off spawn, yes, it's hard point, but you don't always have to go to the fucking hard point. There are other roles that you can fill to take other people's spot. Like, say someone is on time here, right? They die, okay? Say Insane dies, okay? Take his ass out. This person top window can drop elevator and go take time. And then Insane can go and pick up his spot. Now, I wouldn't tell him to go play fucking window with a sub.
I would just play.
But go play somewhere where we at least have some map control.
Cannon.
That when off spawn there, that's when Insane should be running straight to mid cannon, like that mid cannon, like right above P4. At that point, like if that's what happens, you are now the cutoff to top green. And it's the same scenario for P2, right? Now you're the cutoff for top green and mid, and you'll also be the first one to be able to touch time for P1. So if you get like if you are the sub that dies in P4 or anybody that dies in P4, your main concern should be checking over mid for the guy sitting P2. And then as soon as like it gets to a little bit winding down, your main job at that point is to be annoying as fuck between that mid cannon and P1.
Like, we have to get out of this rhythm of where we're just trying to go back to the same spot we died. And that's what gets us in spawn traps. That's what gets us down 80 in hardpoint. Because hardpoint isn't all about just getting to the hardpoint. You're going to have people playing hardpoint. You're going to have people rotating in to take their spot. And most people, like from what we've played, have not been going and filling other roles than just trying to hit the point. It's a really bad habit that we have as a team. And we have to break it.
Another thing to add to is like, even when like breaking hill, when we gotta stop hitting the same routes. We gotta like take different routes, hit
We have
long
to stop
routes,
funneling.
hit pinches, flanks, double chows, bait and switches. There's like multiple ways to break a hill. And it's like if we keep running the same way, it's just not gonna get us there anywhere.
Another big issue I've noticed over the past couple scrims and practices, tryouts, wherever you want to call it, is the fact that we're calling people out where they are after you're already dead and 3 seconds behind. Like as soon as you get into a gunfight with somebody, I understand it. You know, like it might be the in the moment thing, but the moment either you see them or the moment you're dead, if you don't win the gunfight, you should be saying where that person is so the rest of your teammate knows. Now, also that's where another part where comprehension comes in. We can't have like there's not a problem with more than one voice is speaking, but we can't have everybody trying to say something at the same time when and then because if you do that then it's just your ear fucking yourself and nobody knows what's going on.
Agreed.
You can't talk and listen at the same time. So if everyone's talking over each other, you're not hearing anything.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of the time you'll hear me go silent in the comms because I'm just trying to take everything in.
Like
But-
like the main SMG, the only time is Zane, the only time you really should be speaking is when you're in an up close gunfight with somebody and you're saying where they're at, or you're calling out which lane you're going and what lane you're holding. Okay.
Or that you're going to push out of time too. That too.
That too, you know,
Yeah.
or you need somebody to bump you off a hill so you can be the first entry to the next hill. So that's like the only time you should be speaking. You should be the one taking in all the information for the most part because you're the cutoff man. That's your job. You're the main slayer. You're the cutoff man. You need to be taking in what everybody's saying and put yourself in the spot that you think is the best to help your team not only win the game in a whole, but to most importantly, win that hill and the rotation.
Yeah.
And then that's where the flex player comes in. The flex player should be the second less person speaking, unless you know you're picking up an AR hold. The two players that should be relaying the most information is Zerks and Bala.
Yeah, we should be feeding intel off each other and
So we should be the
helping
ones
y'all.
that are talking more. Is what you say?
Yes, we should.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, we should be feeding intel off of each other so that we know where
What
to
we're
set
watching.
each other up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and if
That
you
way
guys
we
are
can
calling
play
people out
Yeah.
and I'm hearing that, like I'm going to try and get to the person you're seeing.
Yeah.
Like that way we're able to feed each other intel, be able to play off of each other without necessarily being next to each other.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because me and you all have to be in tandem with what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Because if we're not, I mean, we become two useless ARs at that
Right.
point.
Yeah.
We're going for non-needed kills.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be able to feed each other intel, and then you, as the faster AR, push shit out, and so that way I can come in and sweep behind and get that spot and then hold it for the rest.
Yeah.
And then you continue to go find you a spot to then feed.
Yeah.
Like
And every
we have
s-
to be in tandem.
Yeah, and every scrim, like I definitely need to work on that whole. Like I need to be a little more quiet because I have a fuck ton of engagements, and I just need to be like, all right, this is where I'm going. So like most of the time, I'm fucking yelling because I'm seeing the whole team.
And it's not even like the biggest issue like we have in our comms is not we're just like we're calming where they're dying too, but we're not calming where they're going. Like give me intel as to where the fuck they're going, what direction they're heading. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a lot of information, but at least something. Because if you tell me that this person died fucking back P2, and then 5 seconds later I'm off spawn and I'm looking back P2, he's not still going to be there. And then I have to make the decider, okay, where the fuck did he go? You know? So we have to give intel that's going to be helpful for the future of the game. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
you know, say he was back P2, he looked like he was rotating P3.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be a long comm. It doesn't have to be a loud comm. Just a comm.
And then one more thing to add on is like, especially for the ARs, it'd be really, really beneficial if for the subs, whoever like dies first off of breaks, where you spawn is really important. I know like some hills we might not call it out. Usually the ARs are the ones calling it out, but subs especially because you guys are always getting into engagements and you know what I mean, getting into all these gunfights and you're spawning out and stuff. So calling wherever you spawn just helps us to anchor, or even when you're pushed up a lot on hills, if you want to be out there, you know what I mean, putting pressure on the other team, just call out that you're pushing so that whoever's in the back can push up deep back into the spawn so we get the anchor down.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that it for this map?
Yeah.
What's another map that we?
Did we struggle on?
All of it.
Vault.
Yeah, vault for sure.
Vault, yeah.